November 12th.
Hmm.
It's a date that brings up a pretty introspective passage in Daily Reflections.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
the book of meditations for people in Alcoholics Anonymous.
Right.
So we're diving into that entry today, really looking at how the author kind of wrestles with being so critical of other people,
Okay.
and then how all that leads into like prayer and seeking help.
Interesting. And even though it's, written for people in recovery, it feels like the themes could resonate with, well, anyone.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
Well,
haven't we all struggled with, being judgmental at times, or
Absolutely.
or felt that need for something, some kind of comfort or support?
Yeah. Like whether you call it prayer or something else, that search for connection, for something bigger than ourselves, it's pretty universal.
Totally. And the
Absolutely.
author kicks things off with some pretty harsh judgments, like going beyond just everyday criticism.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they use some pretty strong language like stuffed shirt and snob to describe the people they're focusing on.
Wow.
It feels very pointed, almost like they're actively searching for reasons to dislike these people.
Hmm. Yeah, that's interesting. It kind of makes you wonder if maybe some of that's coming from a place of insecurity, you know?
That's a good point.
Like maybe they're projecting their own stuff onto others. It's a pretty common human experience, isn't it?
Yeah, totally.
When we feel inadequate or unsure of ourselves, we sometimes try to make ourselves feel better by putting other people down. Have you ever noticed yourself doing that?
Oh, for sure. I mean, I've definitely been guilty of that myself.
Yeah.
It's like trying to build myself up by tearing others down,
Right.
which never really works, does it?
No, not really.
But but what's so fascinating is how the author then like shifts gears
Okay.
from this self-critique, the judging others,
Yeah.
to talking about prayer. It's like they're acknowledging their own helplessness before turning to a higher power.
Right.
And there's this like really powerful image of a prayer being heard above all the music of heaven,
Wow.
which really highlights that desperation, that need for connection and support.
Yeah, totally. It feels like this lifeline, like
Yeah.
someone throwing out a lifeline when they're drowning.
Exactly. And then in the prayer for the day, they actually pray to send their, quote, voiceless cry for help out into the void,
Mm.
and to have faith that it'll be heard somewhere, somehow.
It's so raw, so vulnerable,
Right.
and I think it speaks to that yearning we all have, that hope that even when we're feeling lost, totally alone,
Yeah.
that something or someone is listening.
Yet it's interesting. They use the phrase the void,
Yeah.
which suggests there isn't a specific direction or recipient for this prayer,
Mhm.
Makes me wonder if it's more about the act of voicing the struggle itself.
Yeah.
Like more than who or what might be listening.
That is really insightful.
Right.
Yeah, maybe it's about finding some peace and just expressing it,
Mhm.
acknowledging how vulnerable we feel, reaching out,
Right.
however we need to.
Yeah, so it could be prayer, like in the traditional sense,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe it's talking to a friend, writing in a journal, making art, even just going for a walk in nature.
Yeah, I love that.
It's about finding that connection to something larger than ourselves,
Exactly.
something that helps us feel grounded, less alone.
It's a beautiful thought, and it kind of brings up a question for everyone listening. Could the very act of just expressing our struggles in whatever way feels right
Yeah.
be a step towards finding some peace,
Yeah.
towards understanding ourselves a little better?
That's a powerful question, and I think one that deserves some deep reflection. So to all our listeners out there, take some time to sit with that, see where it leads you.